Record real fast. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming to today's spotlight session. Today we have a credit repair company called Credit Lift, and their founder and owner, Miss Rachel. I'm not going to butcher your last name,
It's
promise.
Yakubov.
There we go. Who's going to give us a rundown of basically of her services, how she helps people, and how we can help our clients in the industry as well. So, Rachel, I do appreciate you coming on this morning.
Yes, thank you so much. You might hear my baby and my daughter. Unfortunately, my time's kind of like messed up this morning. My husband was supposed to be in Moscow. His visa apparently doesn't start until the 29th, so now he's stuck in Turkey. It's been a hectic morning. Yeah, but I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much. Basically, the way that I work and a lot of other people, I've had a lot of rundowns between comparisons this week actually because I've had a lot of people trying to fix their credit and they're like, "Well, this company does it this way and your company does it that way." Listen, everybody has a way, even with real estate, how they sell, how they want to envision properties, how they like to do their loans. I have my own twist on things. So what I realized in my years of doing this, uh I like to sue people. That's basically it.
Hmm.
Basically, what we do is we look at a client's file, we do our consultations, and we basically see that every client has inaccuracies on their credit report. And what we do is we just basically get their file ready for a lawsuit, whether it's for a collection agency or it's for the bureaus. And there's more than three bureaus, guys. There's actually another one called SageStream. There's another one called Innovis. There are more than three bureaus that furnish information. So if you would actually like run your credit for a car, you would see, oh, we use SageStream or we use Innovis or we use LexisNexis. Those are other forms of credit reports that we can also fix. Um, so, with that being said, consultations in my office are completely free. I put that up front. I don't like to take money for it because I like to give the people the option and the opportunity to understand first what's going on with their credit. And then we go into the specialty of, hey, listen, this is what you have, this is what we need to do. And every scenario, every client is different. We obviously know that different incomes, different issues, different pasts. Give me 1 second. Let me give him a snack. Hold on 1 sec. Sorry about that. So I have partnered up with an amazing guy that's a mentor. He is an attorney that helps me basically put every file together. We basically get attorneys that are under our belt and we help push these cases through, whether it's Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, or any collection agency, and we do it nationwide. Why we do this? It's because of inaccuracies on the credit report, and we actually help our clients with debt relief. What does that mean? I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you have a collection agency on your credit report and it's worth, let's say, $11,000. And you specifically write a letter to that collection agency stating, do not contact me anymore. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want a text message. I don't want an email and I don't want mail. And then they go and they process it as a dispute and they mark your account as disputed and they mail you mail, either or both. That's a violation. You didn't ask him to dispute it. So that's unconscionable. It's a lie. And they send you a mail. You didn't ask for mail. You specifically asked them to not send you mail or not to send you text messages. Don't contact me at all. Point blank, period. Violation. We get the client debt relief. The collection agency will pay the attorney fees. So the client only has to worry about me and worrying about my fees. They don't have to pay the debt back and they don't have to pay attorney fees. That's the point of these attorneys. This is what ignites them to work. It's that they know they'll get paid by winning these cases.
Hmm.
Um, I think I have many in general with any client that I get minimum one case to probably I've had one that had like 11 cases or 12 cases. It's ongoing debt. It's an ongoing cycle. This is something, this is a company, like real estate, it never dies. There's always a new client. There's always something new that we have to learn and something new that we have to do. Um, when I do these seminars, I don't like to talk about credit in detail, like, oh, this is what makes the score. Listen, it's an algorithm, it's a numbers game. You obviously know you have debt. You obviously know you have limits. You have to keep your numbers low. But when you have negative items, it's very hard to explain. Like negative items, you have charge-offs, you have student loans, you have late payments, you have collections, repossessions, foreclosures. Rita, can you accommodate him, please? Rita, accommodate him, please. So it's I those details, I feel like everybody knows what makes a credit score. What I
Mhm.
do is I work with the nitty-gritty, the specifics of how to actually fix it. And I like to answer questions. So if anybody has any questions that they'd like to ask about credit, then now is the time to ask. This is how hands-on I can get. If anybody has any scenarios, you guys can throw it in one by one. I'd love to answer.
Oh, that's good. Anyone have any questions? Go for it. I see Essence has her hand up. Go for it.
Uh, Hi, good morning. How you doing?
Fine,
I
good morning.
That's good. I heard it what happened with the family, but I do have a question as far as like when you said that you hired the attorneys to, I guess, sue the credit companies. How does that work again? Would you be able to go into like a little bit more detail about that?
So let's say for well, meaning the credit, like not creditors, but like the bureaus, right?
Yes.
So basically, let's say for instance, we write a letter, right? Even technical violations give you that permissible foot through the door to basically file a lawsuit, whether they didn't do one or two of the line items that we asked them to dispute, or they didn't do a method of verification, or they didn't do a consumer, they didn't add the consumer statement on the credit report. Or for instance, yesterday I had a client that we checked his credit. He had a mortgage that was foreclosed on, right? A property. And two of the bureaus showed zero balance and the account was paid for in full and settled and whatever and whatnot. Experian showed a $419,000 balance. So we disputed that. If they would have come back and said that they verified the account and didn't remove the 419,000, which they did, that would have been a great violation and a great case. Sometimes they don't do any investigations.
Mm,
So with all the specifics,
mm,
we have everything is through going through USPS. It's being tracked. So we know when they receive it. They have no way of saying, hey, listen, we didn't get it. So by
mm,
tracking it, we say, hey, listen, your office received it. You didn't do a proper investigation or you did no investigation at all. This is why we're suing you. And when you do any type of lawsuit, what do you have to prove? You have to prove harm, right?
mm.
So then we prove, hey, listen, the client is not even getting approved for credit. Here are his denials or her denials, credit cards, loans. We put all of that into it. We do pre-approval denials. Oh, they're not even getting approved for Amexes or Capital Ones or Discovers. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
Hmm. That's very interesting.
You can
Right.
help me. So turn around.
I have a question.
I think she's speaking to her kids real fast.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Multitasking. We get
It's
it.
late. You see, it's just a mess. It's a mess.
Joe, you had a question though?
yes. Hello. So I had a potential client who had a late mortgage payment because in the month of March, he made his payment on March 31st. And because it was on the 31st day, it was technically 30 days late. And that affected him in terms of getting a refinance because you can't
Right.
have, right. Could you do anything?
Unfortunately, if the lateness is in an open account and it happened within the year and you don't fix it on the spot, like literally you have to do it on the spot. Always tell your clients that there's nothing I can do and nobody can do it. I hate when people say, "Oh yeah, we could do it," and then they spending so much money and no results happen. I don't
Hmm.
like to make unopened promises, that's something probably nobody can handle. It's very hard to prove otherwise.
Yeah.
Hmm. Here's a question. Can you so you're saying there is a way to fix if you did get like a late payment hit on your credit?
Yeah. Usually it's much easier to do it when it's past 2 years. If it happened within the 2 year frame, I've found it very hard to remove, except if the account is closed.
That's
When the
interesting.
account is closed, and let's say I file a lawsuit, they have no issue taking it off. But if the account is open, you're losing the whole account. That's why
Hmm,
it's very hard for me to fight it.
right. Do you find that most of the lawsuits that you have, do you find that they mostly like settle out?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm going to tell you now. This is why I'm very picky with attorneys that I work with. I had one that basically didn't do, like, in the end, just gave up because Experian was giving, wanted motion after motion after motion. Listen, it's litigation. It's all litigation. It's either you can do it or you don't want to put the effort into doing it. And I've lost cases, but guess what? I rebuilt them again, give them to another attorney, and we had more than enough proof of harm and damages that we got it done in the end of the day.
Hmm. What are some ways you can think of that would help you like protect your credit? Like, do the complete opposite so that you don't kind of run into these types of things. I know paying your payments on time is definitely probably the number one, but what are some other things you can think of or that you know of, I should say?
I'm gonna give you the basis of what I give my husband's son. He has a 19-year-old, I'm sorry, and he's building his credit right now. And he's like, "Can I get another card?" And I'm like, "Hold your horses, hold your horses. You don't make that much money. You need to know your budget, and you need to know that just because you're going to get another card, it's not going to be, sometimes it's not the best choice because you're not going to get a card that's better than the card that you have right now. Maybe you just
Hmm.
need to stick to what you have, build on that card, give yourself some time and see what they're going to increase your limit to. Because it's
Hmm.
better for you to increase your limit and stick to one card, right? Than to have
Hmm.
5 cards with different interest rates, with different fees, and with different headaches. Because you're not going to remember to pay. Sometimes you're not going to remember to pay all 5 cards. And this is where you drop the ball.
Right. Hmm. That makes sense.
Quality over quantity, always.
That makes a lot of sense. In terms of, let's say someone looking to buy a house,
Yeah.
what would be some things? Well, like you said, every client is different. They have different discrepancies, things like that. So, I know that's, shot in the dark there. But if you did just have someone average who, let's say, started with a 530 credit score and they wanted to boost it up, so that they could buy a house potentially, what are some ways that you would advise them to start to do that?
I have a great scenario for you right now. My husband's cousin is buying my brother in law's house. So he had a collection with TSI on his credit report. By the way, this morning he just won that violation because they
Hmm.
didn't give disclosures on the phone that they couldn't sue him. And then they basically never, he said, "Did you guys ever send me a letter?" You have to, in order for a collection to be on your credit report, they have to send you something called a G notice. They said they never sent it to him. That was the end of that conversation. Violation. They never
Hmm.
sent him a letter stating that he owes the debt. You can't do that. You have to let the client know, even if it's a wrong address or like an updated address. The collection agencies always have to send it over. So hold on a second.
Hmm.
So we won that violation. They took it off his credit report. We saved him $1,500. It was National Grid, okay, and basically there were two things other that I did for him. I made him pay down his credit cards. I made him, there's three things. I apologize. We paid down the credit cards. He didn't have to pay it in full. Every single credit card on his credit report, including the ones that he was authorized users on with his brother, we increased the limit on those cards. That's an algorithm that mortgage brokers don't have if you were to increase, because obviously, if you ask for an increase, you don't know what kind of increase you're going to get. But
Right.
that's always the number one rule. Ask for an increase because even $500 will increase your value, which will increase your score. So then your ratio of your debt to limit also decreases.
That makes sense.
And then the
Hmm.
third one is I don't like to push this through because this is an expensive offer, but trade lines. Sometimes you just have to piggyback off of somebody.
Trade lines.
let's say I have a credit card that's worth $17,000 that's been open for 8 years and is paid in full. So I can add him as an authorized user on that credit on my card, so it can reflect on his credit, so that history helps him increase his score.
Oh,
Renting a credit card, let's put it that way.
oh, I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we can do. We can play around with the algorithm, but again, they already know when you're piggybacking. But we have to be very smart and cautious. So if we have a buyer that we know is not ready now, don't lose them. Don't kick them out the door. We can make them ready. It's going to take some time, but it all depends what kind of time they need.
Right,
Oh, it's like how long do we have? We can make something work. Do you need them at what score? What score can we make this deal happen?
right,
That's the question. That's always my question with real estate agents and brokers. What score do we need to make this deal happen? They obviously have the money. We can obviously pay down credit.
that makes a lot of sense. So I guess my biggest takeaway from this is that now we have a because you see lots of different credit repair, like I do credit repair, or someone just says they do credit repair, but you never really come across a true company with a system that can tell you exactly what they do to fix credit. So that's why I really appreciate you coming on and giving us some
Yeah,
insight into this.
Lawrence, can I ask a question? This is Raj.
Mm,
What are the costs or the range of costs for someone for a service like this?
So I'm going to explain to you that we can't talk about that. I'm accredited
Oh,
by the Better Business Bureau. That was one thing that we basically, waved in on, that we have to start with consultations are free. I'll give you a scenario in a sense that I'm not expensive. Let's say if I charge you $1,000, right? And I tell you, listen, Raj, it's going to take 5 months to fix it. You'll be on a payment plan for $200 a month, and most likely it'll be done in 5 months. If we need a little bit more time, I always have to average that in. But I don't like to, over promise and under deliver. That's why if you guys
mm.
look me up, I don't have bad reviews. I'm very honest. I'm open. I like to teach. This is supposed to be a learning experience. Unfortunately, I do get customers that come back over time, all the time. But it's everything. Nothing is. It's all inevitable.
So you got your hands full there.
Yeah, this is what makes me roll every morning.
Awesome. Um, no, that's very good, I would say, about, the pricing situation. Because like you did say, everything is different. So some people might need litigation, some people might not need litigation, some people
Yeah.
might just need advice, some people might just need consultation. I get it. So that makes sense of
Scenario that you guys should keep in mind. Give me one second. Let me put them down. Rita, come play with me, Sheena, please. I had a customer, one of my very first customers. He was trying to close on a house, and there was a couple of points. He was like in the 715s, and he needed to get into the 740s, which was very possible. So the bureaus didn't do an investigation, and he was getting approved, but because of that gap in whatever lateness he had, which we proved that the card was never late, whatever the situation was, we ended up suing the bureaus with punitive damages for not doing a proper investigation, right? And
mhm,
the difference in the interest rate that he would have had, let's say if it's between like a 6.9 and a 6.2, right?
mhm.
We won that case hands down, that his mortgage was for 30 years. So the difference in the interest rate that he's paying was returned to him for that 30-year period. I think this
Wow.
like 250,000 or whatever it was for the amount of the house that he bought. That's how deep we can get into this.
Mm.
Let's say if your client has fraud on his credit and we were to go and investigate, and we have a police report, it's happened, and they do an investigation, they say everything is, what are you doing? I don't care. um,
Police report.
Even if you have a police report and they say everything is validated, it's supposed to be like that on your credit report. If we sue them and the client gets a denial from a mortgage company, we can sue them for the punitive damages for the amount that he was supposed to get the loan for and whatever the situation may be. That's like hundreds
Wow.
of dollars.
How long does typical litigation take?
Listen, I've had stuff from the time that everybody's served and it's filed, it's served. I've had anything from like 60 days to about 6 months.
Hmm.
Again, it also depends. It'll maybe even 8 months. It all depends on the attorney.
Right.
I have one that's very overwhelmed, and I have one that's like, like mediocre. And then I have one that just likes to take one bureau at a time. But that one that takes the one bureau at a time, it's like seats for him. It goes quick. But the one that's
Yeah.
overwhelmed, we're sitting on our hands. Like, how much longer? What else do you need to get this thing done? Can you follow up?
That makes a lot of sense. Do you guys have any questions? Oh, here's a question in the chat. What is the average time frame for the credit repair? We always get clients who are shy of the credit score who need a home yesterday.
Listen, if you show me a credit report, I can give you information just by looking at it. You have to ask for an increase on this credit card and pay these 2 credit cards down. It could be as simple as that. But without
Hmm.
seeing a credit report, listen, if all you have to do is pay down a credit card, we could tell the mortgage company to do a rescore. That means that they'll pay per line item per bureau for that one credit card or 2 credit cards that you paid. The mortgage lender will have to pay for those fees. The client doesn't pay for it. And it automatically within 48 to 72 hours, it updates automatically. And they're your points.
Wow. Hmm.
We can
This.
all work together. This is the way that it's supposed to be. Between me, you, and the mortgage lender, we have to all work together so we don't lose these clients for
Mm-hmm.
loans that were due yesterday or that needed to be closed yesterday.
You might
Hmm.
become my new best friend.
I'm not your best friend. I'm a people person. Okay, Rita, please let the child go.
I did put her contact information in the chat for everyone. Make sure you guys copy and save that. Do we have any more questions? I can
I
No.
do
keep
have one
asking her.
more
I can
question.
keep asking her a million questions. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Honey.
missed out on this. So let's say, for example, somebody has five credit lines that have late payments. If you
Okay.
if you were to remove one of them, one of the five, do you have an idea of how many points that will traditionally gain? No. Okay,
Nope,
got
you don't
it.
know. You're not telling me what year. Is the account open or closed? This all comes into play. If you're looking for
Yeah.
points and you're not really, and it's not necessary to remove those latenesses, then we can work together to figure out how to get those points in. But every scenario is different, and I'm gonna break it down for you so you kind of get the gist when we go file by file.
Hmm.
Okay.
What would you say is one of the easiest ways to boost your or add more points to your credit or boost your credit score?
I don't know. There's so many. I
I
have
figured
clients
that.
that have money that can't pay down. Like I have one client that paid me. Sorry, I have a client that's in court. Oh, we deal with clients that have court cases too. If they're getting sued by creditors, we win those too day and night. So
Hmm.
I'll give you another example. This client had 3 cases, right? This one specifically, she got a garnishment for one of them. We found out about the other 2 cases when we went for that case, and we ended up winning the other 2 cases because she was never served. And this one, I was like, listen, we can't win this. We can't win this. So I broke it down with my attorney. We were sitting side by side. What am I missing here? He's like, where did she live? Where does she live now? Because that's not her address. Like the address that they served her at was not the address that she lives at now. So when I asked her, she's like, oh, it's going to be 4 years on August 1st. So she was served August 11th of 22 in her old address. I'm like, but you didn't live there. Get me a lease. Get me a lease that shows that you didn't live there. Give me something that has August 1st on it, a bill, a utility bill, anything, a credit card bill that shows you didn't live there at the time. We didn't. And now she's like, the judge is taking a look at it. All I need in her case, in this one, like we needed for the other 2, was for the judgments to be vacated. We sue if they vacate the judgment, we sue them back. We get all the charges dropped, and she doesn't pay $1, and they pay her attorney fees.
Wow. I
Yep.
didn't even know about this side of, I guess, credit repair where there's actual litigation being done to the collection agencies and the creditors and all that stuff. Like
Can litigate anything.
that's
FCRA, BCPA, look into it.
that's really like sticking it to them, like because lots of people get, tons of these just, discrepancies and different things in the mail and all these types of things, and they typically just deal with it.
Don't throw out your mail. Don't delete your text messages. Don't delete your emails. Everything counts. Even if it's not on your credit, we can still call them, take the phone call, and I'll ask the client, hey, ask them this, ask them that. I'm listening to the phone call and I'm texting the client, ask them this, ask them that. We catch violations all the time. Funny thing is, I've had about a handful of customers that is like T-Mobile, Sprint. They had it with one collection agency. And then it goes, we won that case. They removed it off the credit report. Sprint, T-Mobile, Verizon, whatever, sells it to another company. And then we win that company.
Hmm. God, I wish I would have known about you years ago when I had Wachovia. That's how I'm showing my age here.
What's Sokovia?
It was a bank from a long time ago.
Does,
They
doesn't
actually did
litigation get
something where,
expensive?
I'm sorry.
Doesn't litigation get expensive? Just curious. This is all.
Doesn't pay $1.
I'm sorry?
That's the attorney. That's where the attorney has to stick up for himself and say, hey, listen, for all the time that you're wasting, now my client is asking for more money, like $7 grand, $8 grand. Who cares? Let them pay. If they're wasting time. Listen, I've had judges that say, hey, listen, you're wrong, like to the defense counsel. And the plaintiff, which is us, the clients, we win. Motions are dismissed every single day.
No, but do we have to pay? Does the client have to pay the
Nope.
attorney? No.
Nope.
Okay.
Quick question. With all this litigation and countersuing, do your clients ever get money back?
For what?
I mean, if they're being wronged, obviously there's a lawsuit. So
clients, they're allowed up to like I think $1,000. But when it comes down to it, they're like, Rach, we don't care about the money. Get me out of this mess so I can go buy a house. They are here because I explained to them the process. They're doing the lawsuit because they want their credit cleaned. They don't care about the money. They're in this because I tell them this is my process and this is how I can clean your credit. They do what I tell them to do because they're like, not in an offensive way. They're like, you guys, I didn't know that this exists. I didn't know that this was an option. I don't have to pay for an attorney. The attorney, they will pay my attorney. Let them take everything.
That makes sense.
Compared to all of that, the balances that they have, tens of thousands of dollars, even $5,000. They're like, make it disappear. I pay you your money, which is like a quarter of what they owe. They don't care. I've made foreclosures go away. I've made foreclosures go away. I've made account balances probably in the 30,000s go away. Sometimes I don't get what I want. Sometimes my clients, they'll pay for the violation, but the client has to make an agreement to pay a portion of the debt. I don't make the laws. And then of the day, I don't guarantee like I always say, I don't guarantee that you won't have to pay something, but I can guarantee you I can make this go away. You might not like it, but that's your only option because the judge says it. I give everybody the options. I'm your cheapest and you're probably your best bet. But I'm like this. I'm open. I don't hold the information. It exists.
I was gonna say I do love how forward you are with the information and with your process of when working with your clients. I think that's the honesty is what gets you those good reviews, I think.
I was in a situation, I'll tell you what it was. I was in a situation where I was in a relationship and I was still 30,000 was stolen from me on my credit cards. I was sued by about 3 or 4 banks. It's public record in Queens County. And the attorney that I'm partnered up with now is the attorney that won all my cases. I didn't pay $1. I didn't even have to say it was fraud. They just tried to serve me in my dad's house and I was already living somewhere else.
So even something as small as sending mail to a wrong address or not sending it in a certain time or all these little small things that we overlook are actually the biggest violations that can get us over in the end.
Yep, I won ever since.
Hmm,
They paid Harvey, and I was very happy. It was a very happy bird. I was
that
very.
is very
But I
interesting.
learned after suffering for years on how to fix the situation, and finally, eventually getting sued by Discover Citibank. I was like, my husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, current husband, the one that's stuck in Turkey. He was like, listen, you're so good at this. Like, you kind of get the gist. I've always wanted to become an attorney. I'm actually hopefully starting law school in August. I did all the applications and everything. I'm very good at this stuff. I wanted to help people. And I was like, I can help people and make money. How do I do it? So I started small. It took me about like 5 or 6 years to like really get my feet wet and balance and find my rhythm of things. And now I'm writing motions and I'm helping my clients and explaining to them what their options are and how to do it. It's
Mhm,
something that was very personal to me, and I was able to help other people that are in a similar situation.
mhm. That's good.
So a negative thing in my life, and I made it positive.
Mhm. That's good.
Boy,
The
thank you.
next generation of credit repair, huh?
Maybe.
Nice. Do you guys have any more questions, comments, concerns? I learned a bunch here. I didn't even know about half the stuff she was going over. So this is a good one. This was a really, really good topic to cover and a really good information that you provided to all of us.
Anything else?
Anyone else? Questions, comments, concerns?
Yeah,
Did she?
yeah. One other quick question. Does you had mentioned that the client has to come into your office. Where are you located?
They don't always have to. I do have an
Okay.
office in Queens, right by Jamaica Hospital, Kew Gardens Road. But a lot of it right now, obviously, as you can see, my situation, it's virtual.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, no, that's better because some people live far away, you know?
Yeah. No, I'm nationwide. I have customers in Florida. I have customers down south in Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina. Those clients are already referred, so they
Mhm.
obviously they know they have no choice but to
Right.
do it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I actually met Rachel last year at Triple Play. She had a booth
Oh,
there. So I'd come over and I was walking around. Yes.
Kyle was 3 months at the time. I was with him, if you remember.
Oh, okay. Yes, I do remember. Yes.
Yep. You say I've never
Yep.
filed.
Yep. I met her at Triple Play last year. That was when I was on my hunt to find guests for the whole year. So we're still going from Triple Play guests, guys, believe it or not. And it's July.
Yep. No, I plan to do it again this year. I never miss it. I love these events. I've slowed
Same,
down on it a
same.
little bit just because it's like a lot at one time, but meeting new people and new realtors, and obviously they do their whole hours, I think, the courses.
Hmm.
It's always good to see even the faces that you see every single year. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love going to Triple Play. I'm excited for this year as well.
Me too.
All right, if you guys don't have anything else, I'll let Rachel go tend to her little ones because she looks like she has a lot going on over there.
Yep.
Um,
Only until the babysitter comes, and then I'm in my
yeah.
zone over here. Friday. Um,
Awesome. Guys, make sure you do keep her information on hand. If you have questions, comments, concerns, feel free to reach out to her. She seems like a wealth of knowledge, so I'm sure she can point you in some type of good direction if you were to give her a call.
thanks,
yes,
Lawrence. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thanks everyone for coming on, and I hope you all have a great weekend. Rachel, again, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to having you on again in the near future.
thank you. Anytime. Bye,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank
Have a
you.
great
Das
one.
Thank
vidania.
you. Thank you.